And so you'll have women who say, well, my boyfriend just constantly, he's like, I ask him, what do you want to eat? And he's like, oh, whatever you want, babe. Like they'll dislike that sort of indecisiveness in men. But I think that women want men to be leaders.
To have like that nature, right?
That nature to them. But I see a lack of women willing to be followers, because I can't lead somebody who there can't be a cooperation. Like if she's going to be like mutinous, or maybe that's a crazy word, like have a mutiny or some shit. I can't lead somebody that's not willing to follow. So if you want to follow my lead, if you want me to be a leader,
then
you need to follow,
to be followers.
Which means you need to defer to my leadership.
But the leader-follower relationship is not like the equal dynamic that you're like advocating for. Because obviously there's
I'm not advocating for equal.
But what I would say, in terms of like women being just as chivalrous as men, like equal expectation. But that's the conversation.
I get what you're saying. So you're saying like, okay, like women want men to have like this kind of decisive leader nature, right? And like women should have the nature that corresponds to that of being like kind of followers. And I think that like women being like kind of having like a soft, gentle, caring, kind, I think that nature that women can have, which is reasonable. I think that's something that like I'd be willing to do in a relationship. I think that's reasonable. I think, and that's like the underlying nature, I guess you're pointing out, behind bowing, if I'm not wrong.
Sure.
Like the submissiveness. So I don't think there's anything wrong with, I can agree with women, like the expectation of women having that nature, so long as it's not something weird like bowing that I wouldn't be comfortable doing. So I think that's how women could correspond to the expectation for men.
Right, but I don't see women doing that. For example, I mean, even the things that you would expect, even deep in the relationship, you want to get married. That's super traditional, but hyphenate. Keep my last name. Kids, hyphenate.
And if the man I'm with like talked to me and was like, oh, I would really prefer it if you took my last name. Again, earlier I didn't say I would outright refuse to do that.
But it would be a conversation, right?
But it's like, again, like, isn't that healthy to have a conversation about that?
Well, it seems like, again, women's roles are negotiable here. So, for example, for the women here who said men should pay on first dates.
But is that even...
Hold on. Sorry. For the women here who said men should pay on first dates, and that's your position, you're going to have a massive issue if the guy wants to negotiate that role. He's like, hey, I know I asked you on the first date, blah, 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 but like, how do you feel about going 50-50? Some women might be okay with that. I feel like a lot of women are going to be like, you want to negotiate? Like, you want to have women are not going to tolerate but hold on, let's negotiate. Let's have the conversation. Or it's like, babe, I want to negotiate if I'm going to protect you. I want to negotiate the protection.
I think taking a man's last name is a bigger action than a man opening a door for you. That's like your name. That's like your identity. That's kind of a bigger thing.
Sure. Which
is why that's more of a conversation than like little acts of chivalry that I'd prefer.
Well, hold on. I mean, that's one comparison, but if we're looking at like, I would argue the total act of being a provider is a way bigger ask than the woman taking one day to go to the courthouse to apply to get a name change and doing the corresponding, okay, you got to change some shit with your bank, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. It's really not that difficult of a process.
In my life, I don't expect a man to financially cover all my needs. I plan to cover my own needs too.
Didn't you say you want to take some time off when you...
Yeah, and in return for that, I'm going to be raising a child, right?
Yes.
So that makes up for that.
That would be one of your feminine duties.
Which I said is acceptable for there to be feminine duties.
Right, but it seems like there's a complete rejection of some of the more traditional dynamics. Like, for example, when the guy proposes to you, you said, do you want the guy to propose? Like, should he be the one who proposes? Yeah. Should he get down on... here we go. This is the perfect one. Should a man get down on one knee to propose? Like, you wouldn't want... Go ahead. Sorry, answer the question.
I mean, that's kind of like the image of a proposal.
The tradition, right? You wouldn't want a guy to just... Daniela... just throw it at you, hits your head. You wouldn't want that.
I would want that.
You want a guy to just
Oh, sorry. To like.
Hey,
to be,
catch.
No. Oh, sorry.
We're
I thought you meant
we're
kneeling.
engaged now.
I thought you meant kneeling. I would like it if a man like.
kneeled.
Yeah.
Got down.
But that's something that is common and expected.
It's what's crazy?
That's
Getting
something
down
normal.
on one knee. It's interesting. Getting down on one knee is way more submissive and like bitch made.
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
Do you think a man?
Getting down on one knee? Please, will you marry? It's way fucking.
When, if you proposed to your wife one day, would you feel?
She's laughing because she's like, wait, hold on, that makes sense. But it's way
It's
like.
not really submissive.
Would you? Okay, question. Would you rather bow, or would you rather get down on one knee?
Get down on one knee.
Then
Then
really?
bowing. Yeah, because bowing
Shit.
is bowing is like, oh, like you're my master or some weird shit like that. Like getting down on one knee, like that doesn't have the same connotations.
Supposed to like show that you care and like your intentions. If you do
It's
it
just
so
a
casually, then it's like, oh, it's not.
I just
as
slide
serious.
that shit
yeah,
across,
That's like too
just-
I think it's a
casual.
big ask.
We're engaged now.
Well, I mean, if that's your relationship with each other and then you know each other that well, then I guess.
Oh, how about
but-
this? How much should a guy pay for the ring? Like if you just bought, like this is from Amazon, right? Like $10. Would you guys be happy with that? You know, $10 ring.
I would.
Okay, well, my point is that
Yeah,
I'm willing.
I love rings. I don't care how they look.
Okay.
I'm willing to take on a
Exactly.
degree of
That's
feminine
what I thought.
duties, so long as the man is willing
Who
to
are you
take
talking
on.
to, by the way? You've just been looking down here the entire show. Sorry.
Okay.
No,
I was just saying, I think it's acceptable for women to take on feminine duties the same way it is for a man to do that, and it doesn't have to be like a complete set of things that you have to do on both sides.
okay.
Like,
Can I chime in on something?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so with the traditional male roles, I can kind of see what you're saying on the topic of like, there's not a lot for women to do outside of living with one another.